Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, November 19th, 2020. We're again in the final hour of the trading day. Thank you all so much for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I always look forward to this time of the day. I think we have such a great group. I'm really grateful for all the participants and what they provide for the channel. And they just, we have just so many great people here that do so many great things. And so I just want to thank you for coming and hope that the time you're spending here helps with your trading and your investing. It is the last hour of the market. Real quick, in my opinion, the best time to make your buying and selling decisions for your swing trades is at the end of the day. The large financial institutions at the end of the day, in that last hour, particularly in the last few minutes, take the price control away from the day traders and the algorithm. They have the best information, very smart people, best technology, and they are dealing with the most money, which is what takes the price and moves the price away from the day traders. And in my opinion, following what the large financial institutions do in the last few minutes of the day, I believe provides you an edge in the long run, not just day to day, but like every trading approach in the long run. So, wow, well, good day today, no doubt about it. The Dow Jones is up 28 points, up 0.1%, a tenth of a percent. The NASDAQ is the winner today, up 99 points, up 0.84%, and the S&P is up 11.25, up 0.32%. So not a huge day one way or another, but fortunate enough today. I'm very glad that having a really good day today. Very grateful for that. And I'm looking over at the board and I see some nice moves over there as well. So real quick, the plan: run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, come back, look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have 3 day trades today that I will share with you. Kind of a strange day trading today. Positive on the day, I'm grateful for that, but basically two break-even trades and 1 profitable trade. So I'll go over those, show you those. After that, we'll go over to the board, and like I just said, I see some really nice moves over here for some of the people on the board. I do see a little red, but a lot more green than red. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology, my favorite part of the day. Get away from charts, get away from indicators, and talk about what really, really matters, and that's your ability to stick with your trading plan. Create a plan, not too hard. Follow the plan, really hard. At least it's a challenge for me. It is a challenge for me every day. I wish it just came second nature to me, but it doesn't, so I have to work on it all the time. But I look at it like working on a skill, developing a skill, just like dribbling basketball or when you're batting practice in baseball. If you're not good with your left hand, then practice more with your left hand. And so this is what I work on. But some people have problems taking losses. Some people take losses too quickly. Some people just get out before their trade plan is completed. And in the long run, even if you just have a decent, mediocre trade plan, if you follow it, I think you'll do fine. So we'll talk about that. After that, I do have 3 requirements before I look to enter any trade. Requirement number 1, confluence or combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, showing me that I have multiple groups of buyers coming in at the same time on multiple time frames. The more buyers, if you're being in the company with as many buyers as possible, it dramatically increases your chance for a profitable trade. Number 2, risk to reward is super important. If I risk $100, I have to be able to at least make 200 or more to the upside based upon valid support below me and likely resistance and major resistance above me. So risk to reward is extremely important. There's a difference between having a setup and chasing it and having a setup where there's a good risk to reward ratio. And number 3, always keep in mind how many positions you have, how much account heat you have. Anytime you have a position, even if they're long and short, they can go the opposite way, the way you want them to go. It's happened to me many times. So please keep that in mind, okay? Just kind of as an aside, I was chatting with Kamal today, and it kind of just dawned on me. I think I have a few too many positions, so I'll analyze that at the end of the day. So I better practice what I preach, right? So we're going to go down through the list, look for those 3 requirements, And at the end of the day, I'll try to pick out the very, very best one. And if something looks good and meets those requirements, then I'll go ahead and place the trade before the close. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you'd like me to look at any stock symbols while the market is open and you'd like to get my opinion on them, please go ahead, put them in the chat, put an asterisk by or an emoji so that I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, if you have any new positions for me today, any new entries or exits, if you could just wait till the end of the day before you update me on those, just so that done talking, done teaching, done trading, pressure's off. So if you could wait till the end, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, so bye-bye. I think that's it. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back very shortly. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, well, let's see who's here today. Lova is here. Hey, Lova74, good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Always nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Kamal, hey, bud, how you doing? Good chatting with you through the day. Kamal and I chat about different trades and analyze different possible setups. So feel very fortunate that Kamal's my trading partner through the day. So thanks, bud, and thanks for everything else you do. Brian M. Hey, how you doing, Brian? Brian says, hey, Greg and traders, I bought QDEL at 191.25. Well, let's check it out. QDEL. 191. Well, I like that we have this upward sloping 200-day moving average here. I like that we've tested this low over here. I like that we're back above the negative third ATR channel. That is a good sign. I don't quite see any trigger that would tell me to get into this trade unless you wanted to stretch it and just go with the close over the negative third ATR channel. Where'd you buy it at? 191.25. So pretty close there. You know, it's okay, but I don't think it would have jumped off the screen at me. So if you keep that towards the end of the day, let me know and I'll get it on there on the board. Hope that helps, Brian. GM, hey, what's going on, GM? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hi, Frank. Good to see you, bud. David says, ho, Greg and group. I think that's hi. But hey, David, how you doing? GM says, Amazon still looks weak. Yeah, I was short Amazon today, as a matter of fact, and I broke even all the trade. I'm going to show that in a minute. Quad is here. Good afternoon, Greg and group. Good to see you, Quad. Hope you're having a good day. Evan, good afternoon to you. Nice seeing you. Yuvar, hello, everyone. Hello, Yuvar. Nice to see you, sir. Here is Ava. Hi, Ava. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. Frank has a poem for us, so let's read it. Stocks symbolize buzzing round like stock symbols buzzing round like flies must buy names dropping from the sky. Buy, buy, buy. Don't ask why. But traders learn to be calm and discern, because there's no better lesson than when you've been burned. Oh man, is that not the truth? It's just like that in everything in life. Once you get burned, you make a big mistake. That's when you really learn something, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Just right on point as usual, Frank. Stock symbols buzzing around like flies. Must buy names dropping from the sky. Buy, buy, buy. Don't ask why. But traders learn to be calm and discern, because there's no better lesson than when you've been burned. And we've all been burned, and we've paid the price for it, and we've paid for that lesson, so we better learn it. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just put an extra verse on that poem? Holy smokes. Frank's rubbing off on me. That's great, Frank. Thank you, sir. always very kind of you to put the effort into doing that, and one of my favorite parts of the podcast. Johnson says, hello everyone. Hey Johnson, nice trade today on I think it's Baba for Johnson. We'll go over that in a minute. Hey Gary, good to see you. Gary is controlling Intel with dramatic effect, just so that it will be a photo finish on his put spreads that expire tomorrow. But you are up above 45. I'm glad to hear that. Jat says hello, sir. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do what I did yesterday, and I'm going to show the day trades first so that I can clean up the charts. Okay, I did buy Alibaba here with this nice return to value sideways motion. I bought it here with the V1 and the rejection of the 200-day. It went up, it went up. When it moves a couple nice bars up, I always take half the profit. I took it here at 257.26, kept going up, and then bam, got me out. So I got in at 256.77. I got out of half at 257.26 for a gain, and I got out of half for 256.45. So all in all, that was slightly positive. I mean, if we want to get technical, it was slightly positive, but I just kind of look at that as a break-even trade. Amazon. Talked about Amazon a minute ago. This is another break-even trade. I did short Amazon. We had the big plunge down in the morning. We came back up. It rejected the 50-day moving average. I shorted it at 121.90. Immediately went my way. Things were looking good, and then right back up to my entry. I got out at my entry point. So 2 break evens in a row. Let's see if I can find some kind of positive trade. This was also on the 39-minute. Traded a couple 39 minutes today. Very similar pattern to Amazon, where we came down, we came up, we rejected the 50 RSI, we rejected the 50-day moving average. I shorted NVIDIA at 535.56. Then the next bar, it immediately went up against me. Then it came back down to the 200-day moving average. I thought it would find support there, so I covered half at 534.20, and I covered another half when it got down to halfway of this big bar, which was right place to cover that short. So I shorted at 535.56, covered half at 534.20, and covered half at 532.60. So all in all, up on the day, grateful for that. All right, let's go over and check out swing trades. Johnson, Johan, David, Gary, and myself, we did buy Beyond Meat here on 11/16 at 126.91 with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 200, over the 200. You know, if you could emblazon this into your mind, this is what a good risk to reward ratio looks like, with 3 confirming indicators happening at the same time. And this has been a great trade. Bought at 126.91. It was up, it was up, it was up. It's up 3.16% today. I did hit one profit target, 138.42, and from entry to current price, it is up 8.25%. So congratulations, Johnson. Looks like he sold half yesterday. Johan, David, Gary, and myself. PAYC, Kamal, Johan, and myself, we did buy PAYC, which is Paycom Software, with this nice return to value, sideways motion, false breakout from this low, and a trigger here at 381.75. It's up 3.34% today. I did hit one profit target here at 388.01, and I have another profit target in here at 395.75. So if we had a nice big rally at the end of the day, maybe I'd hit that second one. But this one is doing very well, up 2.86% from entry. SPY, I did have a little overnight SPY loss. I bought yesterday at the close at 356.28, and I got out at 355.68. And it looks like Frank and Yas and myself were in that trade. So a little losing trade over there. And then Apple, let's see. Okay. Frank and Gary and Bob and Quad and myself are in Apple. Gary's long at 108. Frank has a 10% runner from 111. Bob, Quad, and myself, we did buy Apple here when we had the 1030 crossover at 116.58. If we come over here, you can see the crossover got in at 116.58. The price is still above both the 10 and the 30 EMA. The 10 is still above the 30, so I'm still holding it. So been a nice trade so far. Got in at 116.58. Of course, moved up, hit profit targets, came back down, but rallied up again today. Not up a lot, up 0.6%, and no profit targets, but still profitable on the trade. So I think, oh, and then BABA, just real quick, I did sell puts on BABA down to $180, expiring January 15th. Got $162 per contract. I picked the $180 strike price on the monthly because of this confluence of the -1 ATR channel and the 50-month moving average, and that also dovetails nicely on the weekly right at the 200-week moving average. So that one's up. That is up nicely on the day. So let's take a look here. I can get rid of NVIDIA. I guess I can't. I can get rid of Amazon. Just trying to make some space here. All right. Jatson says, quite deep, Frank, sir. Frank says, thanks, Jatton Jensen. Exit Monster as it broke 840 yesterday. So you're out of Monster? Oh, no, that's Microsoft. Okay, we'll take you out of there. All right, let's take a look here now. Alibaba, Kamal, and Johnson bought Alibaba. Okay, it says Kamal here. Is that right? Yeah, with the day. Yes, with the day trade. Okay, the only price I have here is 257.17, and that's where Johnson bought 257.17. So it's up 1.54% from entry. So congratulations, Kamal, and congratulations, Johnson. Kamal back on track. Look at this, everybody. Kamal bought Shop at 893 and 900. It is 972.73, up 4.43%. Hand clap for Kamal. This is fantastic. You can see we got, whenever you're under the 50 RSI and you come up to the 50 RSI, you usually have some built-in type of resistance. You can see it got stuck. It's at 50.23. That's why if I buy and it rejects the 50, I look at that as a bit of a warning sign and take off half. Not that Kamal's doing that. Kamal has his own approach, but just thought this was a good example to show you that when you're under the 50 RSI, that 50 RSI acts as kind of invisible resistance above you. But very nice, Kamal. Beautiful. Nike, Brian and Johan bought Nike at 128.30. It's 131.68. Up a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. Microsoft, I've been watching this for Kamal because I remember when he got in it at 112, and it just kept bouncing up to 112 and down, bouncing up to 112 and down. But this is a good sign. It is now, 212. 212.45. So it is profitable so far. It is up on the day, and Kamal is up on the trade. So very nice, Kamal. Workhorse. Wow, Bob has had a monster with this trade. Bob bought Workhorse back here at 1916. This thing has just taken off like a rocket ship, hasn't it? Bob is up 17.04%. Very nice, Bob. Congratulations. Proud of you. Qs. All right. Frank has a half position in Qs at 284.60. It is up about 0.75% today, up to 292.16. So very nice trade there, Frank. BRKB, David, what a trade this was. David had a trade here on BRKB, which is Berkshire Hathaway, at 201.42. Really great example, very similar to the Beyond Meat trade with the rejection of the 200-day. several times, rejection of the negative third ATR twice, good risk to reward ratio. He didn't know it was going to go up this high, but he put himself in a good position to, if he was wrong, to be wrong, hopefully pretty small and right, let it run. And he let it run like a champion. He did sell half the position yesterday when it rejected the 70 RSI. It went above 70, closed below. That was his trigger to get out of half. He still has half, but it is down today, so that probably feels pretty good. HYLN, Ava, bought HYLN at $24 even. It is $24.29. It's down 1.5% today, but still up on the trade. Very nice, Ava. TUP is also Ava at $31.85. It's $35.13, up 3.69%. Very nice, Ava. Intel, I was just talking about Intel with Gary. Gary's puts expire tomorrow. I'm sure we are all going to have a sleepless night tonight, wondering whether or not this will hold the $45 mark. In reality, I kind of am, because I've been watching this trade for so long. So essentially, this has to close above $45 tomorrow, and Gary will make all the money. If it closes below and he doesn't close it out, he'll be assigned. But it is up 45.55. So how about we just freeze it right there till the close tomorrow, and Gary will make all the money and he'll be out of that position. Excuse me. Quad bought Gilead. Oh, this is the weekly. No wonder it doesn't look familiar. At $60.81. It is $60.81 to 82 cents. So he is up a penny. But I'm sure he's feeling like he's up more than that because it was down so much earlier. Now it's rallied back up. Very nice. Google. Jatson has Google at 1748 at 1764, up at 1% even, up on the day, up on the trade. Zanga. Bob, I was chatting with Kamal earlier because I was looking at your Zanga trade. Bob has had a great trade here. He bought Zanga at $7.91. It is $8.17, up 3.29% today. Very, very nice. Bob's had some really good trades. Johan. Johan bought UPS at 168.30. Moved up, was up nicely yesterday, reversed, and it actually is down today 1%. So it is down on the day and down on the trade. AT&T, oh my. Johnson had AT&T here at 28.91. Moved up a little bit and then came back down. So Johnson, I want to point this out, and I promise I'm not picking on you. I just want to show you because I think it's a good teaching moment. Of course, this doesn't always happen, but it happens more times than it doesn't. See the third ATR channel up here? That's why I don't buy up here, because 93% of prices, when they get up to this level, they fail. So that's why I'm always so picky about not buying runaway moves. Does that make sense? So listen, it could have gone up, and I'm not picking on you. I just want to show it as a good teaching moment, but 93% of prices fail at this level. Look, it touched it, failed, touched it, and then failed. So anyway, sorry that's down for you, bud. ALGN, Jatton bought ALGN at 441 even. It's 439.96, down 1% today. This could set up for a nice V2 tomorrow. RGEN, Kamal bought RGEN today, intraday at 187 even. It's 186.49, so down 51 cents so far on the trade. And then lastly, another trade, Kamal bought intraday today at 62.17. It's at 62.36, so that one is positive. All right. All right, let me take a little quick look, see how we're doing. Beyond Meat looks good. Chewy, I am considering taking half of my Chewy off here today. I did hit one, I think I skipped this. I did buy it yesterday with Yas at 66.42. Did hit one profit target, which is a good example of why I'd like to take profit targets. So I locked in some profit up here, and it mitigates the loss. It's right about back to break even. I don't like this low the close being lower than the open. I don't like the rejection of the 1 ATR channel. You know, whenever I'm struggling with any trade, when I'm really not sure, I was asking Kamal what his thoughts are on it, but whenever I'm struggling on any one trade, usually my go-to move is I sell half if I'm not sure, if I'm really torn. So most likely, if this closes above its open, then I'll probably keep the whole trade. But if it closes like this or lower, I will go ahead and take half of the trade off based on my policy. PAYC, that one looks fantastic. No need to change anything there. SPY, little overnight SPY loss. I'll be buying that again. Oh, and Vixx. How did I get so many? Oh, I know why, because I started with the day trades. I bought Vixx at 1991 here with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Went down, came rallying up strong, thought there was hope, hit a couple profit targets, thankfully, came down, did hit another profit target here. But, you know, even in losses, profit targets help. You know, if they go up, you take a little off, comes down. They bounce up, you take it a little off, comes down. But I'm just sticking with this trade. My stop is a close under the 30 RSI. So this has definitely been a losing trade. But I'm sticking with the plan. I think that's it, right? I think that's all. Ava says, watching Z. False breakout to the downside, V2. Yep, I mean, it looks very strong. I always feel like the Grinch who sold Christmas, but listen, don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just giving you my opinion, okay? This thing could go rocketing up, but just the way that I trade, this is too high for me. This is the way that I was taught. You want to take those V1s, V2s in the value zone. Below this green line, above this green line, right here in the value zone. Here it's starting to get extended. I mean, we certainly could go back up to here, no doubt about it. But just the way that I look at things, Ava, this is too extended for me. But doesn't mean it is for you, right? I mean, it is pretty strong today for sure. NVCR. Looks like it has a crossover today. I'm not familiar with this stock. I'm not familiar whether or not a 520 crossover is a valid signal on NVCR or not. I mean, it's up nicely. You know, the moving averages are starting to spread apart here, which is a good idea. But I don't think if I saw this, I would go rushing into it. Just that's me personally. Twillo looks good. I don't like that a bunch of sellers came into this area, and we got very close to the 1 ATR channel here. Every time you get to one of these ATR channels, you are going to encounter some resistance. Some here, at the second, at the third. If it was a, I guess it was a fractal back from here, but that was there. Let's look at the weekly. It's rejected the 1 ATR channel on the weekly. I just have to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's good, it's strong. But it seems chasey to me. David says KMX. Hey, I remember our KMX trade. If you all remember, we bought right here. Nice risk to reward here, all the way up here. I can't remember where I sold it now, to be honest with you. But that was a good trade. Thing is, we have a lower high. We have not come down and washed out the lower low. So whenever it comes into the value zone, bounces but makes a lower high, I want it to wash out that first low first to wash out all those stops right there. Yeah, it is a V1, but it's a V1 up against a lower high. Well, It's a bit of a V2. I don't think we washed out a quarter ATR here though, David. I think there's better. Honestly, I think there's better. Just trying to be honest. Jackson said, will long Q at end of day 287 stop loss chart show NASDAQ can rally very, very well in the coming days? Oh, good. I hope so. I know a lot of you have it. So let me know at the end if you do. Greg, can you look at Walmart? Yes, ma'am. Just like I was telling Johnson, I'm not going to buy anything up here near the third ATR channel. 92% of the prices fail here. Doesn't mean, probably more likely than not, it's going to go up more than it's going to go down, but incrementally up. And if we fail here, it might fail hard. So no, it's just too extended for me. GM Gary says, Greg, Intel put 45 strikes, still has a delta of 22. Wow, that means there's a 22% chance it could close under. There is 8 cents left in the spread, so unless Intel crashes tomorrow, I'll keep the premium. Yeah, plus you got the time decay. Hey, Steve Burns, how's it going, bud? Good to see you. Thank you for coming today. Always an honor and privilege to have you here, Steve. I really mean that. Steve says, hello, everyone. It looks like no new signals for me today, just sitting in cash so far. Not a bad place to sit. Not a bad place to sit. I think the most mature traders in the world are the ones that sit in cash and just wait for that perfect swing, wait for their setups, don't get tempted, not having FOMO to get into stuff. And that's why Steve, I look up to Steve so much. And, you know, he's such a veteran and knows exactly what he's doing. So that sounds like a good position. You can be short, that's a position, long a position, you can be in cash. That is also a position. That's what Dr. Alexander told me. Johnson said, I am out with stop loss triggered at 28.15 on T. Okay, bud. Remind me at the end if you don't mind. Johnson says, yes, that was a bummer. Thanks for sharing the ATR rejection mode. Yeah. Always be aware of that third ATR channel, that Keltner channel. Be aware of that. Sometimes they'll blow right through it like nothing. Now, if it can close above the third ATR channel, that is positive because now it has support below, but here we rejected it, here we rejected it. So anyway, if you could remind me at the end there, and I'll take that off. Hey, Steve, speaking of Steve Burns, let's switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. This is Steve Burns, who's in the chat with us right now. You can follow him over at @SJosephBurns over on Twitter. Really great channel. If you haven't subscribed, you really should. Steve provides such great information for all of us each day, different types of trading, all sorts of great stuff. So go over there, show Steve a little love, and subscribe to his channel, and read everything he posts. I do. So anyway, let's see what Steve has to say. A trader's job is to manage risk, but sometimes a trader's emotions and ego are the risk. This is short and sweet, and it is so true. It is spot on. Everyone always thinks about the risks of trading. Well, the major risk is the human error. The major risk is you. And the major risk is your emotions and ego getting in the way of following your plan. Make sense? And I've said this many times, but in my humble opinion, the very, very best way to not have your emotions and ego get revved up and amplified is to take a small position size. You know, enough position size where it matters, but low enough position size where you're not going to get your emotions revved up. Remember the other day when instead of buying Vixx, I bought a ton of Amazon? Talk about emotions revved up. I mean, you know, I was 100 times or more my regular position. It was an accident, and was I thinking clearly? I guess I was thinking clearly enough to just say, boom, I have to get out of here, right? But I mean, the gains and the losses that just happened within seconds were, you know, what I make in a day or lose in a day, but in every second. You know what I mean? So that's just a good example. One, make sure you know what you're buying. Take a couple seconds, make sure it's the right symbol. But that's just an example of me taking a huge outside position as a mistake, but immediately revving up my emotions. When I take my normal positions, my emotions don't get revved up. That's just all there is to it. So Steve's 100% right. A trader's job is to manage risk, but sometimes a trader's emotions and ego are the risk. They are the major risk. Sure, there can be news, all this other kind of stuff, but the majority of time, the major risk to yourself is going to be your emotions and your ego. And the best way that I found to remedy that is just take a small conservative position size so you keep your emotions right there in the value zone, right in the happy place. So thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. That was helpful. I hope that was helpful to everyone else. All right. Jathan says, short and sweet, yet so powerful. Superb indeed. 100% agreed. Short and sweet. I mean, it's all you have to say. If somebody asked me what the most important or most dangerous part of trading would be, all I would have to do is show them that post that I just put up there of Steve Burns, and that's it. It's you, everybody. You are your own worst enemy in trading. Your emotions and your ego are your own worst enemy in trading. So, all right, let me check real quick before we go over. Take a look. Beyond Meat's doing fine. Profit target. Chewy, very likely. I'm a little concerned about this bar here. Rejection of the 1 ATR channel. V1 to the downside. You know, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that it would have done this. It was up so much yesterday, but very likely I am going to go ahead and just take half of this position off just as a safety precaution. PAYC is doing great. SPY, of course, buying that at the end of the day. VIX is red like usual, but still holding over 30. My Apple's doing pretty well here. No profit targets, but it is up. Apple has been weak. Apple has been weak, but it is up 69 cents. And then Baba up nicely with the puts I sold down to 180, and also Johnson. Very nice. Okay. Where's Microsoft? Oh, nice, Kamal. 212.76. Very nice. And nice with shop as well. All right, let's take a look. TTWO. This came from the scanner. Lots of sideways motion here. We have a bullish engulfing bar. Do we have a crossover? No, we do not have a crossover yet. That is pretty strong. We took out the high of this range. We took out this high and this high here. MACD's positive. We're above the 50 RSI. We got above all this whole band. See the whole bands here of moving averages all consolidating here at the same time. The 5, the 10, the 50, the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA. Do I want to buy this? We had the big bar up. We came down. We are now above halfway of this. It's a possibility. My gut tells me here, though, that I would probably be better off seeing if we could get a little sell off tomorrow, buy it closer to the bands here of moving averages to increase my risk to reward. It's, is it really chasey? It's not super chasey. I just don't like that we rejected the 1 ATR channel. So I think I'm just going to pass on this one. Eli Lilly, well, we are above the value zone. We've come down. We have consolidated. Bump, 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 bump. Other words, move sideways. We had a V1 today. Here's day one. Here's day two. Day two washes out day one, closing above day one's close. We went under 50, over 50 on the RSI. Did we have a crossover? Cross under? Yes, we did. We also had a 520 crossover. We have the 50-day moving average right here. It has not rejected it yet. We have the green triangle, which means if we had a V1 to the downside, here's the high. We went above, below, V1 to the downside. But V1 to the downside that immediately gets reversed back up is a positive thing. We also have a red to green bar, which is pretty good sign, actually. If I do buy this, my stop would basically be right here. Now, if I do buy this and it rejected the 50-day moving average tomorrow, I would sell half, no questions asked. But there's a good chance it could run up here to the 200-day, so it's a possibility. Nectar Therapeutics. Higher low, but we did have a lower high without washing out the low. So I don't like that one as much. YNDX, Kamal, had a nice entry today at 62.17. He's already in the money 30 cents. Very nice. Would I enter this as a new trade? Probably not. I like the sideways motion. I love sideways motion because sideways consolidation motion tends to move strongly, either to the upside or to the downside after it gets done consolidating. If it's to the downside, well, we'll get out and hopefully take a small loss. If we're right, have the courage and strength to ride that up. I mean, I like it, but from a new trade perspective, with it being above the 1 ATR channel, probably not. But let's all hope that goes up for Kamal. PD, pager duty. A lot of sideways motion here. We just have, look how many times we've rejected this 1 ATR channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times we have rejected that $30 basically and 50-cent price. Will it be different this time? I don't know. But I would think the smart thing to do if you really wanted to buy this is wait for it to break out over these highs, break these fractals, because it has a pretty good track record of getting sold into right at that level. IDEXX or IDXX symbol. Well, we had this big skyscraper down. We have made a lower high. It's a V2 today, but it's a V2 that has not washed out the previous day's low. So yeah, I don't think so. You'll notice, everyone, that every time there's a big skyscraper bar that's 2, 3 ATRs long, that if you rally back up into it, you'll get denied. And that's exactly what happened. Came down, got back to half, failed. Yeah, we might, I'm not saying it doesn't have another day in it, but I'll bet you right when we get up to here, we run into the same resistance. So I don't think I like IDXX. PayPal. Well, this is just getting denied by the 50 RSI and the 50 SMA. Look, it got rejected here, rejected the 50 RSI today as well. So it's just kind of in a little purgatory here. It's probably going to range between here and here. If this were me and I really wanted to get in PayPal, I would wait for a fractal to hit, and the fractal would be right here. Here's the high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right, or in other words, take out that range. But I'm not interested in PayPal as is. Shop, Kamal's had a beautiful trade on Shop, up 3.74% today. Would I buy this here? No, I would not. Honestly, if I was in this trade, it was at 50 RSI at one point. Now it's at 49.29. So, if I was in this trade, I would be getting out of half because that's just what my rules call for. We went above 50 and below 50 on the same day. I would be getting out of half. So no interest in Shop, but I hope that keeps going up for Kamal. UNG, oh boy, that's natural gas. That has just been, look at this. Consolidation leads to trends. Trends will lead back to consolidation and then to other trends, either up or down. Do I want to buy this with an under 30, over 30? I'm more likely to do that with stocks than I am commodities. UNG is an ETF, and the underlining is natural gas futures. Commodity futures can really trend one way or another, up or down for a long, long time. So no, I'm not going to buy UNG. Ping, not bad. It's a nice V2. Under 30, over 30. Oh, this is better than I thought. Let me write this down. I guess Ping or the golf clubs. I don't know. That was back in the day. That's what they were. Let's see. Okay, that's a possibility. I do like the under 30, over 30, plus the V1, false breakout, the downside. Yeah. Oh, Identity Holding Company. It might be. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. Let me put it over here. So yes, that's a possibility. Stamps.com. I don't really see anything there. I mean, there's something there, but I don't feel it. Okay, so we were talking about coming into the value zone, making a lower high and then washing out the low. This one is legitimate. This, and I hope this makes sense to everybody. We came into the value zone, we rallied, but as often happens, we had no sideways motion, so the rally was short-lived. We made a lower high. Need to come back down, wash out that low. Did wash out that low today, and the V1. So this one, this one's okay as well. Let's look over on the weekly. I don't like that we had the big down bar. We rallied to half and failed. That one's decent, but I think there's better. ILM, it's a V1. Hasn't moved past this halfway point. Skyworks, false breakout to the downside, V1. I don't like the RSI level. EPAM, it's pretty good. No real trigger other than a 520 crossover, and I don't know how this back test. Oh, 86,000 shares, everybody. So nope, I'm taking that off right there. It's just not enough liquidity. TD, great, but too high. You can see here, Johnson, we closed above the third ATR channel. That's way better than buying it if it rejected, because now it has support below. So sometimes they get up these levels, they do go. But closing above the third ATR channel, look for that. If you really are dying to get into something at that level, look for something above, not that rejected it and closed below. And then PRLB. I really don't see anything there either. So okay, 10 minutes to go. Oh, Beyond Meat's coming back. Chewy. Oh, I might be able to keep old Choo Choo. I had NVIDIA on the list too. I don't know why that went away. NVIDIA at one point did have a V1, but yesterday's close 537.15. Now it's 536.73, so it has untriggered. So that one's off. So TTWO, it's okay, but I don't like the selling up here. I'd rather wait to get a little bit of pullback, maybe to increase the risk to reward. Lilly is quite strong. Under 50, over 50. 520 cross under, cross back over. It's close to the 50-day moving average, but it hasn't rejected it, so it hasn't told me yet that it doesn't like it. NKRT, no. YNDX, no. Ping. say, I kind of like Ping and Lily. Let's look over at Lily on the weekly. Making a new high on the day. And Ping has enough volume. We do have that 10-day right there. It looks really chasey, but it's only a 30-29, which does give a pretty good risk to reward ratio. Johnson, see how on the 39-minute we got right up to that third ATR channel and failed? I'm going to go with Lily. I'm going to go with Lily. Unless it rejects the 50 today. Okay. Chewy looks very likely that I'm going to sell half. And NVIDIA untriggered. Yeah, I'm going to go with Lily. And I'm going to sell half of my Chewy right now, just so I don't have to think about it. And just be happy that we hit one profit target on that. Okay. I did sell half a Chewy, and most likely Lily is what I'm going to be buying today. John Brown says, good afternoon. Hey, John, nice to see you. John says, any thoughts on BABA? Yeah, well, I do have a position in BABA at the moment. I did sell puts on BABA down to 180, but I know that's not what you're interested in. As far as from a new position, it's not bad at all. It's a sideways motion here. Yesterday we had a false breakout to the downside. Today we reversed back up with a V2 and we're above the negative third ATR channel. Yeah, I like Alibaba very much. Sorry, I probably should have looked at this one more, but I had it up here with a couple. But yeah, that does look really, really good. As a matter of fact, it does look really, really good. Thoughts on Walmart? Okay, I talked about that one earlier. Just too high, right? Just like I was telling Johnson, it's just too high near the third ATR channel. 92% of time, prices at this third ATR channel fail. So I don't think it gives a good risk to reward rate. Kamal says Ping is 10% off the bottom, a bit chasey. I agree, Kamal. That's why I deferred over to Lily. Yep, good call there, bud. Yeah, John, I do like Alibaba, as a matter of fact. I do really like Alibaba. I don't like the big down bar that we had last week, but I do like that we rejected the negative 1 ATR channel. And I like this, it stopped going down, went sideways, had a false breakout and reversal back up. And it's very strong today too. It's right at the 5 EMA, but yeah, if I wasn't taking Lily, I would definitely consider taking Alibaba, but I already have a current position. Oh, go Paycom. Come on now, get up there, hit that second profit target. That would be sweet. Sweet, 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 I said. All right, let me see what kind of spread we have on Eli Lilly. If it's going to be an easy one or if I'm going to have to try to middle it. 4 cents, 6 cents. Pretty high on the 39-minute, isn't it? Big rejection bar here that last 5 minutes too. Well, I kind of hope it comes down so I can get a little better price. It's coming down back into the value zone, as they always do. All right, let me get this keyed up here. Double checking my position size. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Came into the value zone. That's what else more could I ask for? Since I'm buying it anyway, right? Okay, I'm done. I am done. So really nice day. Beyond Meat's doing great. It's a keeper. Chewy. I didn't like this reversal bar. Is profitable. I sold half. Paycom is really great, up 3.3%. SPY, buying the SPY at the close again. Vixx, well off of its lows. That is positive. Apple, I am long Apple from 116.58. All right. What do we have? 2 minutes. Okay. Boy, Apple is pretty weak here, up 59 cents. That's all on a day like today. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Every day right before the close, this happens to me with this. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Here we go. Like the worst possible time to do that. Man. Okay. What a day. Fantastic. Very, very grateful, as we all should be whenever we have a green day. So let's see. I got filled on SPY for the overnight SPY trade at 357.78, and I bought Lilly, LLY, at 143.17. So move this over here like so. 357.78. And then Lily, I got filled at 143.17. So pretty good fill there. And right, no, that's not right. 143.17. I wish it was 141.17. 143.17. Okay. There we go. And then I guess I better denote over here on Chewy. Greg got out of 1/2 today. That wasn't the best looking bar from a price action standpoint. Pin bar reversal. But I did keep 1/2. So anyway, listen, if you have any new entries or exits for me today, just put them in the chat. I'll get them all updated. And before I do, just quickly want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I've been teaching for almost 25 years. I've studied extensively with Steve Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Carrie Lavorne, and Larry Williams. In the course that I teach, I incorporate everything I've learned from these four really great traders and authors and educators in my course. Course is 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. It's a total of 15 hours. It's an intense course. Don't just expect to sit there and go, yeah, okay, I get it, because I will teach and then I have you explain it back to me. I throw a lot of curveballs at you, but mainly after each lesson, we just do lots and lots of chart study, just going through random charts, looking for the trade setup that I taught earlier that evening. So repetition, and patience in learning something is very, very important. So that's what I try to do in my course. When you get done with it, I know you'll be a better trader. The approaches that I teach are very solid, and I teach everything, right? I teach deep dip buys, crossovers, higher low V1s, V2s, return to value V1s, V2s, double bottom, bullish divergences. We talk a lot about trader psychology. We talk about and learn how to position size based upon volatility, how to set profit targets, all this kind of stuff. So if you're interested, send me an email. Let me know you're interested in possibly doing the lessons. You can send me an email in the description of this video. You can send me a message on Twitter also. And if you do reply, I'll say, great, thanks for saying hello. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. It's not a sales call. I will never, ever, ever try to sell you or talk you into anything. I am not like that. It's not in my nature. But the reason for the call is I just want to get to know you a little bit better, understand your trading, what you're trying to do, what your challenges are, what your goals, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done, I'll say, it's nice speaking to you. Think about it in the future. If you decide you want to schedule the course, let me know. It's $1,000. I think it's very, very worth the money. I think it's worth every penny. Honestly, I think it's worth a lot more. And I think it's a good investment yourself. So, and then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it. If you found something of value, that if you hit the thumbs up button before you click out of here, it just helps build the channel, helps YouTube share the channel more on their platform, and helps keep the channel going. All right, enough of my housekeeping stuff. Let's take a look and see what everyone has doing. Johnson says TDOC back in the value zone. I think I looked at that earlier, Johnson. Yeah, it is back in the value zone. However, Johnson, it's back in the value zone from being underneath it. There's one thing if you're above the value zone and then you come into the value zone. Here we're coming back into the value zone from underneath it. A lot of the times this will come up to about 50 RSI and fail. And then I'd look for a higher low V1 or V2. A higher low V1 or V2 after you've been under the value zone, back in the value zone. So if you're under the value zone, come into the value zone. many times it will come back down. And if you can grab that higher low V1 or V2 in the value zone after that first dip down, you have a lot better chance of a sustained up leg, where this is more of a bounce situation. Frank says, I picked up Teladoc. Oh, speaking of Teladoc, at 182. Oh, very nice. So, oh, so that wasn't today then, or was it? 182. I guess you got the low of the day, Frank. Nice. I got that right. 182. And that's Frank. With a defined risk and a 10% position size in low, also at the open at 148.59. Am I looking at the right? I picked up TDOC 182 with the defined risk and a 10% position size in, oh, low. Okay. I thought we were talking about the low of, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Frank got into low at 148.59. Nice trades, Frank. Way to get him there, right there at the low. Okay, so there's Frank in low and also in. Oh, my heart stopped for a minute. I thought my charts were crashing. You didn't want to see me throw a fit on my live stream, did you? Because it was coming. Brian says, I bought W intraday. At 243. Oh, nice. 243.09. 243.09. Brian M. Keeping with 1/2 position QDEL. Do I not have QDEL on here? Gosh, I'm sorry. I guess I don't have it. Can you remind me, Brian, again, where you bought QDEL? I think you mentioned it earlier, but I didn't catch the price. Quad says, hey, Greg, I'm out of Apple. Okay. I'm still holding GILD and Vixx. I also bought BABA today with the V2. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that trade. Quad Racer. Johnson bought it yesterday, so he had a nice day. Over here. David is out of BRKB. Very nice trade. Picture perfect trade, David. Very, very proud of you. It's just great. Okay. David's in BABA. I don't blame you at all. Johnson is out of AT&T. Yeah, dang it. Out of Beyond Meat. Oh, you're out of Beyond Meat. Okay. That's Johnson is out of Beyond Meat. In Lily. Johnson 1/2. Ava got Snap. I haven't even looked at Snap's chart for a long time. $40.50. Wow, look at you go, Ava. Wow, congrats, my friends. Okay, so this is Ava on Snap. Very nice trade. My gosh, you guys are good traders. And Baba. Okay, I'm not going to put the price. I'm just going to put your name. If you're the first in, I put the price. Okay. Kamal is in YNDX. Okay, I've got that. Oh, that worked nicely, Kamal. Nice. RGEN. How'd that one end up? Hey, a little bit in the money. Nice. Kamal says, I'm not sure if you have me in Baba. Okay. 257. Okay, so that's right about there where Johnson got in. So, all right. I'll get that updated, Kamal. Ava is out of HYLN. Okay. Looks like it was still profitable. Nice entry, Ava, on the Snap, says Kamal. Nice entry on W. Brian M. I agree. Brian says, thanks, Kamal. I entered QDEL at 191.25. Oh, that's right. You mentioned that earlier, but yeah, okay. 191.25. Frank says, I always imagine stocks with two price tags. One is the listed dealer retail price. The other price tag is with the risk baked in. You know, it's interesting that you say that, Frank. When I studied with Dr. Elder, Alexander Elder, he said, people buying stocks is the only place that people do not want to have a sale. They don't want sale prices. Everything else, wash or dry your car, they want to sell. They want to buy it when it's on sale. In stocks, for some strange reason, everybody wants to buy at the highest price. You know, I talk about coming into the value zone. The way that Dr. Elder would describe that is when it's above the value zone, when it's above the 1 ATR channel, up at the 2 and the 3, for some reason it's where everyone wants to buy. They want to pay full freight, they want to pay full sticker instead of waiting for it to go back on to sale. And it going back on sale is at the very least when it gets back in the value zone. So thanks for bringing that up, Frank. It's 100% true. Why are we as humans wired to only want to buy things when they're fully priced at full sticker price? You know, you think about it logically, you're better waiting for everything to come back on sale. Now, there's low and then there's too low. That's the thing, right? And there's a fine line between what's low priced or what's just bad priced. And, for me, generally, too low is under the 200-day moving average or under the 250 or, always under the 30. That's super on sale, but maybe it's defective merchandise if it gets to that point. But yeah, you're 100% right, Frank. And again, I wait for things to come back into value zone. I wait for them to go on sale, and then I want to sell them when they're at full price, not the opposite way around. Bob's out of workhorse. Well, another thing Dr. Alexander Elder told me on his exits strategy is very subjective. His exit strategy is, when it's enough, it's enough. That's it. When it's enough. He says that's the power word, enough. And I think Bob just said it's enough. And I 100% agree. Look, he bought in the value zone. It's near the third ATR channel. Could it keep going? Sure, it's enough. But statistically speaking, is that a good place for Bob to get out? 100%. Congratulations, Bob. What a trade. What a trade. 15.9%, almost 16%. Where did... Oh, that was workhorse over here. Man, we are loaded up with positions on this board. Holy hamburgers. All right, so what's happening after hours here? Good stuff or bad stuff? Apple's even. Alibaba's up 11 cents. Beyond Meat's even. Chewy's even. Eli Lilly's even. Paycom's even. Spy's down 32 cents. How dare you, Spy? And Vixx is up 8 cents. Uh-oh. All right. So, man, what a day, huh? What a day. What a great day. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yep, tomorrow is Friday. Going out to dinner tonight with a buddy of mine. It was my roommate back when I lived in San Diego, and just a good friend of mine, training partner back in my athletic days, and haven't had dinner with him for probably 30 years. So I'm going to go have dinner with him and catch up. His name is Greg also. So I'm really looking forward to that. So listen, Kamal says, I am fully invested, no cash. Sorry, Greg, not following the 60% rule. It's okay. It's just my rule. It doesn't mean it has to be everybody else's rule, right? But, Kamal watches things like a hawk, and he'll manage it. He will manage it. So please go out, try to do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile, wave, hug, hello, just something. Let somebody know how much they mean to you. That's a really great thing. It'd make them feel good, make you feel good. And if you could also go out and try to do something nice for an animal today, that would be doubly good, cherry on top if you could do that. Animals have feelings. They like when someone comes and says hello to them and does nice things for them. Give them a little scratch, take them on a walk, give them a little treat, give them a little cuddle, something like that, or just have some kind words. They appreciate those as well. Okay. David says, Kamal, how many positions if you don't mind? Kamal is going to have to give you that one. Frank says, funny, I just caught up with a friend from 30 years ago as well. There you go. We're on the same wavelength there, Frank. 30-year friend recycle business. Kamal says shop, Microsoft, Paycom, whatever the one we have. Paycom software, Alibaba, RGEN, and YNDX. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And by the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that on the way out. If you could, I really would appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think that is it for today, unless anybody has anything else to add. But really, everybody, congratulations. You know, I look at your positions a lot. And what I've noticed is that, you know, as when they're winning positions, everybody's being pretty patient with the positions, which is good. But I have not seen any losers that somebody has just let go and just thrown caution to the wind and let go. I've rarely seen that on this channel, and I'm very proud of you all, because that is the most important part in trading, is just, you know, you're not always going to be right. You're going to be wrong very often, and sometimes you're going to be streaks of very often wrong. But the key is follow that plan, get out quickly when you're wrong, and what you do to the upside, hey, that's all up to you, right? I mean, it's all up to you what you do on the downside, but I would highly recommend that you cut those losses short. Frank says, I find the button doesn't always work. Oh. Thanks, Greg. Happy hiking. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, Kamal. So, oh man, I'm a little tired today. I'll tell you what, I didn't sleep that well. So anyway, I hope I held it together today pretty well. So have a good rest of your day, everybody. Okay. Appreciate you being here. Have a safe day. Be good, be kind, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks. Bye now.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation, and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.